To be honest, no.
Mm,
I mean, we seem like we're not. We're kind of nervous.
well, true, but I think Australia as ever be, I think is like trying.
What?
I think the Australia and ever be is like the same as the trying our best.
Oh, right.
I think that
It's
one
like
fits.
it's like I won't get more ready than this at least.
Yeah.
Ish, right?
I think
That's
that's the best one.
yeah. I could deny that I was nervous, but I had to try. This party was more than what it seemed, and I had done all that I could could to prepare for it. Now it was all up to fate. The other boys smiled assuringly at me, which made me feel a little better about everything. I looked at my phone and marked the time. Almost right on cue, the doorbell rang. I gulped. I could practically feel my dad's aura from behind the door. Sam and Eric quickly rushed to the door and opened the double doors wide to reveal my parents, both dressed in their best. Hey Mom, hey Dad.
Oh my, I didn't know your bequeathment came with servants.
It was probably overlooked. Besides, who would deny good service?
I was completely shocked. My parents didn't question the boys? They didn't ask for verification or anything?
Actually, where the hell is James? I want to put him next to her father, just to see how they look.
I looked to the boys and noticed Sam and Eric staring instantly at my parents. I misread to Sam and Eric staring instantly at my pants. Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Meanwhile, you're not wearing any.
Well, true. She's wearing a dress, and I'm not wearing any pants either. Were they using their powers on them? They had to be. There was no way they'd be okay with this otherwise.
I guess the servants counted as belonging to the house.
My mother quickly rushed to me and gave me a large hug. I hugged her back and her inhaling her perfume. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel when my mom puts on too much perfume. She does quite often, but not as often as some do. It had only been a couple of... you know those people that always puts on too much deo, too much perfume, so like you can hardly breathe. So terrible.
Meanwhile, I was thinking something completely different.
What?
Well, you know.
Oh, inhale. Yes, of course. Yeah. Inhale my handless, I don't know. My mother soon let me go and looked at my outfit.
Gorgeous. You look so lovely. David, look at your daughter and tell her I'm right.
I looked to my dad, who was looking around the lobby like an inspector. I stood my ground, waiting for him to look at me. When he did, he let a small smile grace his lips.
Your mother's right. You look like you're all grown up.
The world around me stopped as my heart pounded hard in my chest. Fuck these tongue twisters. Did my dad just compliment me on his own accord? My mother was grinning ear to ear at his words. I was beyond speechless. Thank you, Daddy. However, his cold face quickly returned as he began to look around once again.
I assume that you're ready, then, to impress the rest of the guests, correct?
What do you mean?
The entire board from Anderson Toys is coming tonight. Even the vice chairman's son will be coming. All of them will be measuring your potential.
My potential?
To become CEO of the company.
I knew it. Something was off about tonight, and now this party had become much more than I had anticipated. I gulped silently, but I nodded in response. I looked to the incubi, and they were continuing to be servants for my father's approval. I looked behind me and saw Naomi and Susu raise their thumbs at me for encouragement. I let out a small breath before feeling my body accept the situation. I felt a weight in my gut, but I had to hide it. As if time stood forward, all of a sudden the main hall of the lobby was full of guests. Oh, I know the feeling so much, so relatable. Like, people. Men and women in formal or business attire showed up to meet me and see my new home. I didn't expect many to come, but I was once again surprised that night. I shook hands with many officials and executive members, putting on the professional face that my dad trained me to have. I felt overwhelmed, but I hid it well behind a small smile and handshake. Many even asked me questions. I tried my best to reply as maturely as possible. I had to remember, say what they want to hear, not what you want to say.
So, how do you feel living on your own at such a young age?
I'm so sorry about your grandfather.
Oh fuck! Dude, it's on time.
All of us hard.
Fuck.
I missed the first one.
Same here. Let's.
I'm really
Thank
sorry.
you for your Thank you for your condolence.
Do you
Thank
have
you for your. Yeah.
God damn it! Keep skipping on its own.
Oh.
Do you have college
plans? Yes, I do.
Yes, I know. Let's skip like that.
Yeah. I felt like the questions came up one after another. It was tough to answer some of them because they weren't about me, they were about the company.
What do you think will happen with the company now that your grandfather has passed?
I will get back on track soon, probably.
What do you think of the philanthropic policy the company has?
The fuck is a philanthropy?
If it were up to me, I would be more concerned with making profits. I don't really. I personally think it's great.
The company should
It's a toy company. Why? I don't think that much. It's a possibility, probably.
I don't think the answers here actually matter, especially those questions.
But eventually, the question stopped, and I was back to being by myself. Naomi and Susu were mingling in the crowds, and the incubi were doing their jobs. So I was all alone in a room full of strangers, and it was unnerving to think about. But at least I wasn't being questioned left and right anymore. Suddenly, though, my mom pushed her way through the crowd to me, bringing along someone I didn't know.
Honey, I'd like to introduce you to someone.
What?
This kind gentleman is the son of the vice chairman.
Son of vice chairman, San-chan.
Well.
Desu. His facial expression, though. With my mother stood a man who looked only a couple of years older than me. He smiled and held out his hand to me, silently asking for my hand.
Hi, I'm Andrew Lewis. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Anderson.
Place your hand in his.
Yeah. As I placed my hand in his, he raised it to his lips and kissed it over my knuckles. I felt my face burn slightly at the gesture. Andrew smiled to me before releasing my hand. Dude, no one does that anymore. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with him?
And besides, we have someone else to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, only knights do that, and like in some cultures, but
some favorites.
Yeah.
We already have one. So
and people wearing fedoras do it too, probably. Unless they just fedora tip and say, "Lady."
Yes.
Or just like maybe they'll say it in an even more rapey voice if they're like really perverted and be like, "Lady." Oh god. I'm honored to be invited here.